in my marriage and in my intermediate family for so long, I allowed emotional abuse, verbal abuse, even physical abuse. I was like, I don't want to do that anymore. From the apartment, I went to stay in like weekly motel rooms and kept my job, was barely paying rent, was barely keeping up with it. And I was like, I can't barely keep up with this anymore. So I'd called here to Haven for Hope, and there's a lady, she was like, I can come pick you up. It was a lot of ego and pride. Like, you know what I mean? You're in your ego, you're in your pride, and you're like, I don't want to be here. You know, I have like this like stigma of things, you know, that of being in a homeless shelter. But it wasn't like that at all. Like, it wasn't like what you imagined it to be, you know, like people huddled in a corner with blankets or anything. No, you had like beds, you had space. They provided meals for you. And then while you're here, there's a lot of resources, actually. So I myself had counseling, and I had put my children in counseling. I didn't really have like really good coping mechanisms, you know, like growing up and stuff. I was in and out of foster care, and so having counseling, I feel like that like kind of put it in my mind, like, hey, you weren't raised by people who know how to figure things out. You're gonna have to learn how to figure things out. You're not gonna know everything, and that's gonna be okay. There was a lot of parenting classes that I participated in. Staff was very helpful. I had people who helped me find a job. I think her name was Liz, who gave me references. Minerva, she helped like with finding a place, an apartment once I got housing and stuff. And of course, Ashley helped with the school supplies, with clothing vouchers, anything that pertained to my kids that I needed for whatever school they were going to. Ashley was like, yeah, I got it. I had a really good experience here. I was expecting to not ever like hear from them again, you know, like, oh yeah, here you are, you're out in the world now. But it hasn't been like that. It's just kind of like become a support, like the people who work here, I guess. They'll be like, hey, how are you? You need help with Christmas? Or hey, do you want a turkey? Like, you know what I mean? I'm like, heck yeah. So it's been helpful, even after leaving here. So when I go to work and I just cook, it's not even like working. I love it. But now, I am shift supervisor there, and I don't make $15 an hour. I make more than that. Who knew that I could just cook and provide for my family? Yeah, so I'm not on welfare anymore. Like, I pay rent, so pay my bills, and I'm pretty proud of myself for that. We have our home, and it's just still me and my kids. It's been me and my kids since my divorce in 2016. I have a lot of love for those kids. They're really strong. They're really, really smart. If something bad happens, like, I'll be like, oh my gosh, like, why did this happen? And they'll be like, well, you just gotta work harder, Mom. And I'm like, oh, they're so right. I'm like, I don't deserve them. Ah! They're freaking good kids. I love them. We're really in a good place. We got our help. We're still helping each other. We love each other. We can sit on the couch and just chill. They make me laugh. We watch movies. We go places. I have a really good life. Like, I really do.